which is, ow, fucker. Hello? Mushroom picture just fell off my wall. What a goddamn intro, truly. Did someone not get fed like ancestrally as of recently? Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's your local chaotic witch aunt. And today I will be reacting to the first 6 months of my year ahead reading. I'm gonna rehang this really quick. Just give me a second. I am hardcore blaming the humidity and how hot it is for whatever the fuck just happened. Oh my god. What a horrifying experience. It's up. Is it crooked? No. Okay, we're fine. I'm reacting to the first 6 months of my year ahead reading, which I did, I think I posted like earlier this year. And I realized it's June, halfway through the year, month 6, baby. Not even mid-June, end of June. I am gonna be kind of reacting and seeing kind of what it looks like for me 6 months into the year. Was it accurate? Was it not accurate? Etc. We're just gonna get started. We're gonna hop right into it. We're going from month 1 to month 6, and we're just gonna see how accurate it is.
Get a completely different fucking reading. I have my 2 cameras, face camera, card camera, and we're gonna be using the Antique Anatomy Tarot for this.
Firstly, I have a lot more shit in my room now. Got a whole ass plant in that corner. Whole ass plant.
I'm gonna have a good time. I already have something throwing out at the world. I'm gonna put it back in because I didn't ask my question yet.
This came out, I'm putting it back because I didn't fucking ask. That's the vibe. That is the vibe. Woo. Jesus, okay.
I think my shuffling is just genuinely terrible. But I am going to be going through different card meanings, how I would apply it to the situation, etc. in this. So if you're new to tarot and you're looking for someone to kind of read, this could be a really good video to help you learn. I'm also going to just be doing this just for fun. Same card came out again. Guess this is my overview card. The world. That is my overview for this year, which isn't bad. Not bad at all. It's good.
I really
God damn it.
This is special.
I can't actually judge the world as an overview because I haven't experienced the entire year yet. I think once I have kind of a better understanding of 2023 in general, I may be able to look at it in that way. But right now I don't feel like I can be like, yeah, that's 100% my overview.
Lack of stability. Ace of Swords reversed. Difficult points. The Ace of Pentacles reversed. Last video that I did, I got the 3 of Wands. So in my heart, that is what I got. This is the Ace of Coins or the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Has to do with difficult.
I missed something. Is this January?
Ace of Coins reversed.
So January?
Ah!
I'd say that's pretty accurate for January. I had a lot of changes in my routine, in my schedule. Not necessarily like a lack of foundation, but in a way I was reevaluating and recentering and changing that foundation to better fit my new responsibilities. It wasn't the worst card, very minor. It was okay.
Okay. Well, in my last video that I did, I got the 3 of Wands.
It was also a 3 of Wands. That's when I started my part-time job at my local metaphysical store. Very focused on that, very passion-driven. That was when I really started conceiving kind of my store as well and launching my store. So it was definitely a 3 of Wands, definitely a lot of shakeups in my routine, in my rituals, which for me, Ace of Pentacles is this card of stability and new opportunity, but it also is that foundation, that base to build the rest of the pentacles up off of. And I definitely feel like there were a lot of changes that forced me to reevaluate my routines and ways of being.
So in my heart, that is what I got. This is the Ace of Coins or the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Has to do with difficulty laying down a new foundation. possibly difficulty bringing in prosperity, which doesn't feel very accurate, so I'm going to clarify. Lack of stability. Ace of Swords reverse, difficulty in communication.
I wouldn't say it was difficulty in communication. Maybe a little. Maybe a little. Difficulty in new ideas and new projects. I think there was a lot of Three of Wands energy. I was very focused on what I wanted to be focused on, very focused on passion, very focused on things that were making me feel good. But at the same time, I had a really big project in January that I was fucking ignoring. My book. So I 100% think this was accurate. And I do think that looking at it now, it wasn't as major as I feel like it was when I was filming this video. Hindsight's 2020. Everything feels really big in that moment. And I have a tendency to, especially when reading tarot, look at cards in the reverse very negatively when it isn't necessarily going to be as negative as I feel it will.
Damn. January's gonna eat my ass up. It's not bad. These are both ace cards. They're the first in the deck. You have a possibility to kind of change them, to flip them around, to bring in what they are describing, which is really exciting. So it's not the worst January card. It's not what I want for January. Go away. Like I said, my shuffling is really poor. I did get the Three of Wands, which felt really accurate. So for my last time I tried filming this. Ooh.
Once again, hindsight's 2020.
Ooh. February, 8 of Pentacles. That's a lot of dedication.
Yeah, I was working a lot in February. I think I can actually go back and look at my schedule. In February, I think I may have actually just been changing a bunch of shit too. Yeah, there's so much. I was still doing tarot readings. I was doing part-time work. I was filming. I was not necessarily gonna, I didn't burn myself out, but I was trying to do a lot, and it wasn't something all I was doing was fucking working in February. The Eight of Pentacles is such an interesting card because it is a card about dedication. It is a card about hard work and perseverance. But the flip side to the Eight of Pentacles for me is always the work becomes centered and there isn't much for anything else. And I think around March, March is when I think in May I really stopped with my tarot readings because I just couldn't anymore. March was another really, I'm gonna just see what March was, because March was a lot of fucking, I think March into April I know was super stressful. And a lot of change and things happening. I'm interested to see what comes up for April because I know really because something big emotionally happened to me that month, and not even big, a big thing, just I had a lot of emotions in April. March looks like a big month, but I also was 100% starting to prep for my shop launch. And that, I think I launched it March. Well, I don't have it on here. When did I don't know when I launched my store. Hold on. Mid-April. Mid-April is when I launched it. So March and beginning of April, I was doing a lot of stuff for my shop launch. And January, February, I was working a lot, but also kind of conceiving of this.
That's a lot of hard work. That's a lot of moving into prosperity, moving in the right direction. I always yawn during tarot readings. Oh, Lord. So while January is kind of all about beginnings, we have this Ace of Pentacles reversed, this Ace of Swords reversed. Those are ace cards, New.
I think it also makes sense to have January be the ace, just time-wise. New year, new me. Not actually, though. I'm the same fucking person.
Beginnings, new potential in ideas, new potential in the mental realm, new potential in the mundane and abundance realm. Possibly some difficulties getting those started, but that's okay. It's January. February, we get down to work. This is dedication here. This is hard work. Look at that. Beautiful. I love the ace of...
I also was only working, like I said. my entire life in February was work. Which, by the way, isn't fucking healthy. All I was doing was working. My schedule was so fucking packed. I was so burnt out just from all February and March. And I really did need to reevaluate how much I was taking on.
So, Pentacles, this is all about focusing on projects and getting your head down and just getting shit done, which I like for a February card. Love getting shit done. Okay, March is the 2 of Coins.
Balance, baby. Juggling your shit. March was when I hit my, I need to reevaluate how these things are, like, I think I redid my entire fucking Patreon in either March or April, and I stopped doing tarot readings in April, and I launched my shop in April because I recognized that I was juggling too much and I was working too much, and I was like, I need to change how I'm doing this. I'm interested to see what past Frankie also has to say.
It's upright, which is good.
I mean, sure. It's not reverse, there's not a blockage, but that card, in the context of like knowing that month, it wasn't bad or good. I feel like 2 of Pentacles is in a lot of ways kind of a neutral card. You could either be really imbalanced in that juggling or be juggling too many things or just be doing it really well. It really is up to the cards around it, and considering the cards around it are mostly fucking Pentacles, I would say that it's not the best. It doesn't seem very balanced. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of like good balancing happening, because you're following in the 8 of Pentacles, which is this like super intense dedication work card, with the 2 of Pentacles, which is about juggling your time, and it doesn't feel like a good match. And I think if I was going to read this differently, I would pull the cards ahead of time, let them sit for a little bit, and then go back, not just react to me pulling them, because I think my emotions were hardcore like, fuck, this is gonna be bad, this is what March is gonna look like. Whereas I'm looking at it now and I'm kind of like, it's all right. I was also anxious about a lot of stuff in January. Starting a new job, I was really burnt out, I was exhausted. My book was, I had to start writing it, and I wasn't writing it. And I think that is showing through in this video a little bit, and in the way I'm reading the cards.
March, this is about balance and juggling things. I'm going to pull a clarifier. What am I going to be juggling? What am I going to be keeping in balance, Tarot? Please tell me. 5 of Wands.
Bitch. Yeah. Once again, March was really a burnout month for me. I was fucking exhausted. I was doing so much, and I was hitting the point of realization where I knew it wasn't going to work. And that is what, looking at it now, it's like that's what it means. It's like there's conflict with how much shit you're juggling. Conflict with myself, conflict with others.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna be mediating something. 5 of Wands often has to do with conflict, but I'm juggling.
I was mediating my own well-being poorly. That's what it is.
Conflict? It's weird because the 2 of Coins is about like you have an equilibrium. There's an equilibrium happening, and that equilibrium is about the 5 of Wands, which is about conflict. So maybe I'm managing inner conflict or stressors,
Yeah, that was it, bitch. You got it. Right on the fucking head.
external stressors really well. Managing lots of different.
You were doing it really well. You were like surviving. And I think the part of it that was done really well is recognizing you had enough. You're done. You're good.
Projects really well that may be conflicting. That's a really interesting March deal. We're gonna do April now. If I'm moving through these first 6 months really quick, it's because I already did them. I'm ready to see what the next 6 months holds. Oh, I gotta scoot these bad boys down a little so you can see everything. There we go. So January, February, March. What is my? I told you I'm just a bad shuffler. Where's my card for
April? Yeah.
There it is. 3 of Wands. April 3.
So if I'm being honest, I'm wondering if I'm going to pull a clarifier because Three of Wands was accurate in April. There was a lot of like following passion, following future thinking, all this stuff. I had my conference in April. I kind of have all this stuff accumulating in April, but I'm also curious if my year ahead reading will indicate the kind of harder part of April that I experienced.
Three of Wands. God, I love the Three of Wands. So this is the card that I originally got in January when I filmed this the first time, and my audio fucked up. And then I accidentally deleted it. My fault. Mercury retrograde. Alright. Three of Wands is about new perspective, potential, future planning, moving towards the future. So because this card showed up in January and then also in April, this could be a theme through the first 4
It was.
months of the year, or it could be a theme in both March and January. Let's do a little clarifier for this bad boy.
Okay.
Let's see what clarify the thank you. All right, 8 of Pentacles. This came out like sideways, like this. So it could be.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of dedication and passion happening in my work life, especially with launching my shop, the conference, a lot of doing what I love, and kind of moving in that area a lot stronger. There was a lot more focus there.
Be reversed, it could be upright. Either way, that's new perspective in work, new perspective in dedication. A lot of work related cards are coming up.
Yeah, bitch, because you spent like way too much time this year fucking working.
Like project related, maybe work related cards are coming up this first 4 months. January, February, March, April. Next is May. Now when my friend did a reading for me in May, I got the Death card. And
I mean, that fucking makes sense. Hello. That makes sense. There was a lot of reevaluation, rebirth happening in May.
And I don't know why. The Death card is one of those cards that, like, apart from the Tower, okay, I can handle a Tower. Death, I don't like it. What is my card? Okay, I got the Empress reversed. That's not bad. It just means I'm not doing enough self-care.
I was not doing enough self-care in May.
This is what it looks like. So it's not terrible. It could be.
So what I'm finding interesting is these cards are kind of the official vibe, right? They make sense in the context of that month, but they're not alluding to some of the things that I felt like were pretty major in my practice and in my life in those first 4 months. So I'm wondering if, like, how specific can tarot be when we're doing a year ahead? How specific can I interpret it? Because even when I'm looking at them now, I'm interpreting them like, yeah, that made sense, but it's not, like, to me, the biggest thing that was happening that month. Hello? 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 Oh my god, I thought you were a fucking intruder, Ethan. God damn it.
Be worse. I'm gonna clarify it. So, I mean, it's just popped right out. 3 of Cups reversed.
Yeah? I don't know about that one. It's May? May was literally last month. What the fuck was you know what? I think I was reevaluating a lot of friendships in May. And a lot of my, like, community. That kind of makes sense. For beginning of May, that makes sense.
Alright, we're gonna see if it comes out again. Because sometimes the cards just kind of fly out of their own volition. And one, because, like, I'm a bad shuffler. 2, because, like, I'm a bad shuffler. So I try to stick them back in. Please clarify. The Empress reversed. Okay.
Hermit and 2 of Cups. 3 of Cups reversed made more sense. I can apply the Empress reverse to May, but once again, I'm really surprised because I'm not seeing a lot of specificity in like what I know happened in that month.
Oh, you know what? This isn't awful. So, and I'm trying to understand it in the thinking about the Death card as well, which was pulled for me for my friend.
The Death card and the Empress reversed made the most sense for May, personally. Three of Cups reversed, I can kind of see, etc.
I also think I pulled this card was on its way out for the other May area in my last recording, and then that camera died, so I had to like redo this whole thing. So the Empress reversed is about difficulty connecting with, I would say, like a nurturing energy. Sometimes it's difficulty connecting to like a motherly energy. Usually when this card comes up in a reading with my clients, I tell them that it's time to reflect some nurturing back on themselves.
Yeah, that makes sense. Hermit, Two of Cups, and Three of Cups reversed didn't, but Empress reversed and Death do, which I think is interesting.
It's partnered with the Two of Cups upright, which is great, and the Hermit. So the way I would interpret this is like, I need some alone time in May, and I need some time with my partner in May, nurturing both myself and our relationship. Which looks like there's a lot of work in the first 4 months, so it makes sense that this is coming up in April. Death in this sense could be like, when I think of it in terms of like next to these cards, I want to say consecutive, but that is not the right word. Congruent, nope. Next to with a C. Concurrent with these cards. It could be that Death is going to be a reevaluating of that work-life balance, of the kind of projects I'm taking on. A change in the work area is what it looks like, because a lot of this looks like it looks like boundaries are really important. Balancing things, juggling things, keeping those things in equilibrium is going to be very important for me, and either I lose sight of that in the first 4 months or I have difficulty with it, and then the Empress pops up with the Hermit and the Two of Cups and tells me it's time to make sure those boundaries are out, which is okay. I'm alright with that. This makes a lot of sense considering things that are going on in my life right now. What's next? January, February, March, April, May. Now we're doing May. Wait, was Death in May?
January,
or wasn't it
February,
April?
March,
It was
April, May.
So April is not with the Death card. It's just about self-care.
I think I said that already. I think I confused myself. It heard itself in its confusion.
Balance and some time alone. So we could still have the Death card in May. How almighty.
No, it's not May. It's June. We're doing June now.
That makes sense, because I think these cards line up with the other card in the other reading from my friend that had to do with work-life balance.
Okay, January, February, March, April, May. We're doing June.
Okay, alright, we got things coming out. Ooh, alright, so Ten of Wands reversed and the Emperor reversed.
That was June. That makes sense.
Difficulty with control and burnout. So I feel like this is like if you don't keep your work-life balance in check.
No, that happened regardless. It was completely unrelated.
You're gonna have issues. I'm going to, I didn't specify, and since they fell out, I am gonna pull again. All right, May.
June. It's June.
What do you have in store for me, May? Okay.
It's all fucking anxiety and control issues. Which, it wasn't my whole of June, but those issues definitely like flared up in June, and I'm processing them, and I kind of just recently hit a point where I'm like, okay, you know what? I know how to get through this. I know how to deal with this.
Oh. Just
I just pulled I got a reading from my friend at Ritual Craft, Reese. I literally just got the 9 of Swords yesterday.
I really just want to pull my own cards. Please stop flipping out on me.
These are all correct, by the way.
Oh, fuck.
All of it is like anxiety, your own mental well-being, and like being too in your head, and that was my entire, like, that was June. So
It's 3 of Swords.
be angry about it. We're fine. We made it.
It's reversed, which it's not as bad as the 3 of Swords up. Okay, I need to clarify it though. I don't like that the 2 of Cups is here and the 3 of Swords reverse is there.
It wasn't about my relationship. It was literally completely unrelated. Just goes to show you that the 2 of Cups isn't always a relationship card.
My boyfriend gonna break up with me?
No.
I don't think so. Oh, hell. Okay.
Is that the world? We're healing generational trauma in this house. We're breaking cycles of trauma, healing ways of being, getting rid of old thought patterns that are no longer serving us. That was what June was. Could be worse.
Okay. So the world with 3 of Swords reversed. Can you tell me what the 3 of Swords reversed?
You can tell I'm anxious too, because I'm like, wait, give me more, when that really was it.
Okay, 2 of Wands.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, this just looks like there's something coming to an end, a cycle coming to an end, something changing. It looks like it's meant to happen. So with death, I always feel as though the death card has to do with something that may be a little unexpected and change. Like, death happens, it's natural, but it doesn't always happen when people feel like at the right time. Which is why death always concerns me as a tarot.
Doesn't concern me anymore. It is what it is. I'm gonna be fine.
The card is because sometimes it feels unpredictable. The world to me,
You can tell that the control issues really popped off in this video. It's unpredictable, so I don't like it. Yeah, that was what we worked through in June, babe. That was our June lesson.
it is much more predictable. It has to do with seasons, change. It has to do with cycles of the universe.
I would say that May, end of April through now, was a big time of really processing a lot of anxiety, fear, control issues, etc. that I hadn't completely dealt with in like a very long time. They kind of just got flared up for whatever reason, and I on and off have like this cyclical way of thinking, which may be what the world is talking about, this kind of cyclical anxiety. And so June was a lot of processing that.
Like operating as they should and coming to an end. So this tells me that the world is going to be a cycle that is ending. The 3 of Swords has to do with dealing.
I like how I'm noticing all of these months separately, but I'm not looking at them as a whole. I'm not looking how each month feeds into one another. I think I already mentioned that, but that is what I would do differently.
With grief, dealing with heartbreak, dealing with betrayal and working through those feelings. And the 2 of Wands has to do with looking at the future. So in the kind of almost order they came out, there's an ending in May that has to do with something coming to a natural end or something just ending. A lot of grief, heartbreak, betrayal, but also
a lot of working through grief these past couple months too.
So it looks like this ending is giving me space to work through those feelings. It's not causing those feelings, it's helping me work through them. And
that's it. That's June.
And the 2 of Wands has to do with the future.
Yeah, that all seems accurate. Those are my notes. I think it was, for the most part, relatively accurate. Not in the ways that I expected, because like when you're sitting with a year ahead reading, you really are just looking at a bunch of cards all together, and you know their meanings, but maybe you're not necessarily looking at them as part of a whole or how they're feeding into each other. You're just kind of looking at them for each month. And I think perspective and hindsight helps me understand what those cards meant more. So you can tune in 6 months time in December for my second half of the reaction video. I wanted to split it up because it felt like it'd be interesting, because I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna fucking remember what happened in January and December. So I did it now. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you have differing opinions on what this year ahead reading, kind of how it could be interpreted, let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Remember to drink water, and I will talk to you either later this week or next week. Siate benedetti.